What's up everyone, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to talk about something that has been frustrating me for a little bit because I feel that it's important that I share these aspects of content creation and editing and all the things because, you know, I've talked about my journey as a content creator and being blind, and also my journey with video editing being blind, and I feel like this is an aspect of it and I need to talk about it, even though it is a little bit frustrating because, you know, it's important to share the good parts and the not so good parts. So yeah, before we get into today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, because I know that a lot of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, at least according to my YouTube analytics. And yeah, don't forget to also turn on those post notifications so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Emma. I am completely blind. I was born completely blind, and I love content creation and I love editing my own videos. It's something that I'm really passionate about. I have made a couple videos on that in the past, so if you would like to get fully up to speed with that, you can definitely go check those out. I have a playlist called Being Blind, and it should be, the videos should all be in there, and I might link some as well, so in the down below, so you guys can go check those out. But yeah, that should catch you up to speed, but that's just a little bit of a rundown of where I'm at. And I've talked about this before in some other videos regarding social media and accessibility and how that changes, and how, you know, sometimes with apps you can have a situation where, say for example, YouTube, I've talked about YouTube Shorts, where there was a time where something was accessible on it and then it wasn't, or the reverse can happen where something wasn't accessible and then it was. And it's just the nature of things. There's a lot of different, ignore the car. There's a lot of different factors that go into it, and so, you know, it's not really down to, oh, they did this or somebody did this. There's really just, there's so many different factors. Either the phone can update and it messes something up, or the app updates and it messes something up, or they add a new feature and it does something to the other features, and then it just, there's so many things that happen, and it really just is a navigation game, and typically it gets fixed. You know, it goes through phases and it gets fixed. But the phase that I'm currently in with my editing apps is a very frustrating phase, and that is the inaccessible phase. So they're going through that. And for those of you who don't know, I use iMovie and Splice. I've used them interchangeably for the last couple years. I mostly used Splice. So I went through a phase where I used iMovie exclusively. Then I wanted to try something different, and I think something had happened to where I couldn't use iMovie as easily, and so I, you know, searched out another app and I used Splice, and I found Splice and it was great, and I used that exclusively for a couple years. And then I kind of started going back into, I liked doing certain things on iMovie and certain things on Splice, and so I used them interchangeably, and now here we are where I mostly used Splice until recently. They have been doing this thing, and this is not an accessibility thing, this is just a thing that is happening, but it is frustrating when you do editing, is that for some reason every time I use music now from Splice, which is supposed to be, you know, the royalty-free music and everything like that, it gives me a copyright. The minute that the video goes up, it has a little copyright claim, which basically just means that the owner of the music can run ads on your video, I guess, and earn money, or at least it does for when you record covers of songs. And I've spoken about this before, and I will say it again here. I have absolutely no problem with having the little copyright claim on my video, you know, because I do covers as well, and they have those, and of course I know that because obviously I'm not going to make money from those videos. They're not my, you know, they're somebody else owns the song and everything. I'm just doing a cover. It's perfectly fine. And you know, that's not the issue. The issue is that the minute the video goes up, it gets a little copyright claim. Before, I used to premiere videos, and I stopped doing that because the thing with the copyright little claim thingy would go up the minute the video kind of landed on the little upload thing, and it sucked because I noticed that it would kind of mess with the views, and so if it did that immediately, then I wouldn't get as much views or engagement with it, and it kind of sucked. So that's the reason I don't do premieres anymore, or I haven't recently. But in terms of the royalty-free music, it's been doing that now with that as well, where every time it hits the upload button, I hit the upload button and it uploads the music. It has a little copyright claim, and it doesn't affect the channel in the sense that the copyright claim is not a strike, but it does affect the views and the engagement, and it really is a little bit frustrating to have to go through that with the royalty free music specifically. Like I said, I don't this is not about me when I record covers and everything. That's a different story, but I did want to mention it because I have spoken about how it is a little bit frustrating that it goes on before the video has even uploaded, with that. And so that's why I don't do premieres anymore. Just to avoid that, so that I can not have the copyright there before the video is even seen by the public. So yeah, but for the royalty-free music, it has been doing that recently with Splice, and it's really frustrating because I don't know. It's even doing that with music that I've been using for a very long time. You will see in my video editing little process video that I made a couple years ago, I said that I have certain songs that I use pretty often, because they work and they're great. Yeah, so they get copyrighted now also. And it's just been really frustrating because I want to edit the videos nicely, and I want to put music to them, and I want to put sound effects on them, which is another thing that has been happening, where the sound effects have disappeared. I don't know if it's an accessibility thing or if it is an app thing that they've removed them. I don't know. I just know that I cannot find them anymore. I cannot access them, and I can't move around the screen when I click on the audio thingy as easily as I used to. So that is the phase that I'm currently in, and I'm in a season of life where I'm so busy with so many different things that I wish I had time to kind of look for a new editing app, but I don't. I don't have time to try to figure out something new, and I kind of, and try to go trial and error with new things when I've got so much going on, and I don't want to mess up my videos and just mess up everything else. So it's been a bit frustrating. And then with iMovie, so I've been kind of trying to use iMovie a little bit more now. I think though that one of the reasons that I stopped actually using it exclusively and trying to use something else was for the same reason, where I would use music and then at some point, just randomly, it would copyright the music. And it was, it's not the whole point of using these apps and having the music is that they kind of, they tell you that this is the royalty-free music, which just means, you have permission to use them in your videos. So yeah, it's very frustrating. But it's very frustrating to have accessibility kind of go all over the place, and I am working on it. I'm still here, I'm still posting, and like I said, it's not the worst thing. There's workarounds and everything, and I'm definitely doing those. But I just wanted to come in here and give you guys a little update and talk about something that that happens sometimes. And so if you are blind or visually impaired, or just if you are a content creator, or if you want to be one, and you want to edit and all of that stuff, just know that sometimes things like this will happen. I'm sure it happens to everyone, obviously. And I just wanted to talk about my experience because I think, then I think sometimes for people, I think if you maybe can see Sometimes you can find workarounds, maybe not around the music necessarily and the copyright stuff, but around different features going here, there, and everywhere. But being blind, it does make it a little bit harder to do so, and sometimes we then have to switch apps and try something new again. And yeah, it does complicate matters. But, you know, like I said, I'm still here, we're still pushing through, and I don't want to make this a negative video or anything. I just wanted to give some insight and some behind the scenes. It's also getting really, really hot. So something else that I've spoken about is that I don't do as many covers during the summer because I have to go and record the vocals in my closet, and it's obviously very, very hot. And the weather this year has been particularly up and down, and I've been really busy, and obviously recording covers takes a little bit more time than just making these cute little sit down videos that I do for you guys. So that's been fun. I haven't gotten the chance to do as many covers this year, but on the good side, the bright side, I have done a couple more piano covers, which has been really, really fun. And so I think that there's, you know, there is a bright side to everything, and so that's kind of what I try to look for. And like I said, I'm in a great season of life right now, so I'm very happy about that. But yeah, I wanted to tell you guys why I'm a little bit frustrated. And but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below any videos you would like to see from me. Like I said, I'll still be making videos. We're gonna figure it out. It's one of those things that will pause. You know, it's happened before. It'll pass. It's going to be fine. It's just a little bit frustrating right now because I can't really switch around like I used to because I don't have the time. So yeah, but yeah, I will see you all in my next video. I hope you have a great weekend, and don't forget to take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I will see you next time. Bye.